Serena here from Thrift Diving, and today we are building a 12x6 soccer goal. But when I say we, I'm doing it here with my soccer player. We are going to show you how to build this soccer goal because the big game is coming and we are excited. So if you want to know how to do this, stick around, but also we have step-by-step instructions on how to do this for your family. And this is brought to you by Arrow. So are you ready to get started with this project?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started.
Now, you have to make a couple of rebounders. If you're making a backyard soccer goal, get a sheet of plywood and make some rebounders too. So we did that in the video, which you'll see later. Now, I'm going to be using PVC for this project. The reason why is because it's a little bit hardier than just going to just a sports store and buying one of these little soccer goals. My son has a powerful kick and it just doesn't hold up. And if you don't believe me, just watch. I mean, that poor goal, it stood no chance. Now, these are all the connectors that we're going to be needing for this backyard soccer goal. And you can find the materials list down below in the blog post. We're also going to be using the 3-inch PVC and the 2-inch PVC. We're going to need some tools and materials. We are teaming up with Arrow Tool Group to do this project. So we're using a lot of their tools like their tape measure, the scissors, the level, because we want to make sure that this is level for our backyard. So you can find all of these tools at arrowtoolgroup.com. And we're going to need other materials as well, like PVC cement, bungee cords, and clamps, and also something to cut. And this was a great opportunity to give my son a few lessons in making things.
Because this piece is long, we need to make sure that we have it properly supported here. And we're going to set it in here and we're going to measure and mark.
So our first cut was 2 10-inch pieces with the 3-inch pipe. I thought maybe I could use a miter box, but that wasn't working too well. So that's when I turned to the handheld circular saw, which worked very well. But if you've got a miter saw, that works even better. So let's call the 3-inch PVC the big pipe, and then the 2-inch PVC will be the little pipe, the small pipe. So we're cutting 2 10-inch pieces here of the big pipe because what we're going to do is we're going to attach it to the ends of a long piece, 10-foot piece of big pipe with that coupling and then put a connector on. And that entire front should be just a little bit over 12 foot.
So this is going to be connected here.
Wow, that's a big goal.
Are you excited? And this will go here. Now we're going to take piece 2 and 3 and measure down 6 feet.
So we're going to take the big pipe, this is the 3-inch pipe, and we're going to cut 2 6-foot pieces. And this is going to be the sides to complete the entire front frame of the backyard soccer goal. And this is what those corners, those top corners will look like.
This may fall apart when we stand it up because it's not glued. You get that side. This is how big it's going to be. I know you're going to smash some goals. Let's lay it back down gently.
And it will fall down on you. This is the hardest part of this project. All right, moving on to the next part. We're going to be using the 2-inch small PVC pipe, and we're going to cut 2 pieces that are 48 inches. This is going to be the bottom part, the depth of the soccer goal. Now we have it lying face down, but as we stand it up, you'll see that this is the bottom part that connects to that connector at the bottom. So the next step was to start working on the back. So I needed 2 of these 12-inch pieces, not 10-inch, but 12-inch. They have to be a little bit bigger because here's what we've got. We've got that small pipe. We've got a 10-foot piece with a coupling and that 12-inch piece, and then it's going to connect with a 90-degree elbow. Then you see that little space there? We're going to need a small 2-inch piece to connect that to the sides. So that piece right there, that's the piece that is going to connect to the small piece. And so there we have the back that's done.
One piece will go here, and we're just dry fitting this together. Please don't fall.
It's gonna fall.
I hope not.
It's falling, it's falling.
Another 24-inch piece. Capping this off with that. So we need a small piece with an elbow here, 2-inch piece.
So that 22.5-degree elbow will be connected with a small 2-inch piece, and that piece in my left hand, we'll cut those down to 58 inches. The pieces that I'm connecting now, these are 15-inch PVC of the small pipe, the 2-inch, and at the top of those, there'll be another 22.5-degree elbow. And of course, all of these step-by-steps can be found in the blog post below. And when we connected it and stood back and it didn't fall down, we thought, okay, we are ready to sand and cement. Be careful here because this stuff sets really quickly. This PVC cement just, I mean, as soon as it's on there, you've got probably just a few seconds and then it's connected. And so I probably should have put a little bit more in there. But I've never used PVC cement before, so I didn't really know how much to use. I just wanted to make sure that everything was secure. And if you are having a hard time pulling apart some of your couplings from when you dry fit, use your hammer and just give it a tap and it should loosen up pretty easily. And this PVC cement, it dries like immediately. So make sure you know which pieces are going together. Always double check. And here's a tip. Make sure that you're using a Sharpie in order to mark your pieces so that they line up. And I love the Arrow marker holster because as you're working, you're going to keep wanting to pull out this marker. And it's just right there in your pocket. You pull it out, mark your pieces, put it back in, and you're good to go. Use a little bit more, but don't do too much because then it will seep out and it looks kind of nasty. It's blue and you'll have blue all over your backyard your backyard soccer goal. So I'm lifting this up. It looks pretty good.
Okay, so we have the front part completely cemented and we have dry fit all the other pieces. We've marked them. Now I think we are ready to remove all these other pieces, lay this forward, and then secure some of these pieces, and then we'll be done.
Here's a tip when building your backyard soccer goal out of PVC though. You definitely want to use some waterproof white T-Rex tape because even though this is PVC, it's pretty strong. It's got the cement. What I notice is that with repeated kicks, it can start to crack at the joints. And so if you've got some tape on there, it just secures everything so you can have this last for years to come. So you see that I'm putting all of these little pieces there. I've got the 22.5-inch elbows. I'm connecting that to the 15-inch piece. I'm doing the corners with the 90-degree elbow, and I'm celebrating. Now, what didn't make me happy is the first net that I ordered did not fit. And so I ended up having to take this back and get something else. Even though we're a little bit oversized, I needed an oversized net.
We're going to use our scissors here to open the box and see if we can get this oversized 12x6 net hung up. Please let this be the solution. This looks like a pretty good quality.
So this net actually worked very well for us. Remember, mine's a little bit bigger than 12x6, so this net is oversized and allowed me to get a little bit more inches on the top. Instead of just 6, I was probably around 6'4", I believe. And I did hear that using zip ties, 14-inch and 12-inch, work really well for connecting the net to the PVC. But when my son started kicking at the net and it was pulling on those zip ties, some of them just popped right off, like they weren't even there, like they weren't even attached. Now, the ones that I wanted to leave on, I left them and I used my Arrow scissors to snip them as close as I could. And then I also used some bungee cords. Now, I had some black ones on hand. I didn't like that they didn't match. So I did go around and replace those with white bungee cords in some of those areas where there would be more pulling on the net, and they worked fine. And lastly, I'm using my Arrow level here just to make sure that where we have this placed, that it was level. Otherwise, I would have had to put some sand or something underneath. And here's a really good idea. Get a ball stop net to go behind the soccer goal so that they don't kick the ball over into the next neighbor's yard. Everything was going fine until this happened.
Got it on camera.
You little...
Don't shut me. Don't shut me up.
I knew there was a reason why I never played soccer. Who wants to get hit with a hard ball? All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go down below to the description. I want you to click the link to go to the blog post. All the tools, materials, links for everything step by step can be found there. And guess what? We are doing this amazing giveaway. It's called the Arrow Go for the Goal giveaway. And we are giving away an Arrow toolkit and a $500 gift card so that you can make the soccer goal, you can make these rebounders. And by the way, you got to watch the next video so you can learn how to make the rebounder that goes with the backyard soccer goal. We got a lot of cool things going on here, and you don't want to miss it. Go to arrowtoolgroup.com for more tools and tips, and be sure to come back for next project because we have more as we get ready for the big game. Are you ready? Because we're ready. I'll see you next project.